How are you doing this weekend? You just got here, right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm a little exhausted, a little jet lagged. I flew overnight and I got off the plane, took a train, went to my hotel, came here. So I'm tired, but I'm excited to be here. So.
And you're not playing this year. You were playing last year, right?
Yeah, I was playing last year. I played with UB United. We won. I wasn't able to continue playing during the year just because with my work schedule, it was really hard. So I'm really sad not to be playing this year, but it's still fun to be here.
So you're just coming to support the team, and are you doing coverage for ESCA?
Yeah, I work for ESCA News, so I happen to have a free flight, and I thought I might as well come and do some coverage and support the team too.
Any coverage you're looking forward to doing?
I'm looking forward to covering the female tournament because a lot of the big sites are going to focus on the male tournament. Understandable because they're incredible teams. It's the best teams in the world. But I think I saw it firsthand last year. The female tournament was really intense, really exciting. Thousands and thousands of people are watching it. So I really want to be able to focus on that and give it the attention it deserves.
Speaking of which, you were in the tournament last year. How was your experience? Did you expect to win? I knew you guys had a crazy comeback to win. So can you tell me about that?
Yeah, I mean, going into it, I thought we'd do really well just because they've done so well at ESWC in the past. But it was a new game at the time. But I was so excited. It was the best moment I can ever remember in my gaming life, and certainly one of the best moments in my life in general. When we were playing in the finals, we were down by a pretty significant score. Normally, that kind of score, we were down 9-15 at one point. In the second map, we were down 2-14. It just comebacks like that don't happen. So it's kind of when we were on the stage, we thought, we kept trying, we kept giving it our all, but some part in my head said, this eventually it's going to end. But somehow we did it, and we came back, and it was. I was in tears. It was incredible. It's still watching the videos today. Just still gives me goosebumps. That's how amazing it was.
And it took you guys something like 5 hours on the main stage, right?
Yeah, we spent at least 5 hours on the main stage. The men's finals between Very Games and NIP had to be played in just the tournament area because we were taking up the stage, so I thought that was a little funny. So it was a very long and exhausting match, but I'm happy with the outcome.
How did the crowd react to you guys keeping the main stage for 5 hours and like the community afterwards?
People, at least in the crowd, seemed excited. They seemed into it. Since this is held at Paris Games Week, not a lot of the fans are actually Counter-Strike players or follow esports, so they were just enjoying the match. I know after the match, the community online thought, the men should have been playing on stage, not the women. But then there's people that supported us and said, hey, it was one heck of a match, and it was worth being on the stage. Compared to the men's finals, was just a blowout. It was over quick. Pretty much everyone knew NIP would win. So we gave at least an exciting match for the people to watch.
How did you get with the team? How did you meet everyone and got involved to play in one of the tournaments?
Well, I've been following them since I've known of them since 2003. I played with Potter in Counter-Strike Source around 2005. I played with Stephanie, Miss Harvey at a LAN tournament in Montreal, maybe 2011. So I've known them for a while, but they held tryouts for when CSGO was announced, and there was a lot of girls that wanted to try out. I gave it my best, and I've been playing the game since the day it was announced. Even before it was announced in beta, I was invited to help test some of it. So it was really important to me, that tryout, and I gave it all I had, and I made the team, so it was very exciting.
And you played Counter-Strike before Counter-Strike Go, right? You were a 1.6 or a Source player?
I played both. I started 1.6 while I was actually in the beta stages of Counter-Strike back in 2000, so I've been playing for 13 years now. In 2005 I switched to Counter-Strike Source, still played a little 1.6 back and forth, and then I switched to Go when it came out.
Do you have any preferences? Are you like nostalgic about the old ones, or do you like the new one?
I have a lot of fun actually playing Go. They continually improve the game, Valve does, and it's a lot of fun. I still have nostalgia when I watch old Counter-Strike 1.6 videos from back in the day. I mean, those were just, being a fan back in 2003, 2004 was like the best time of esports, and it's starting to come back, which is exciting with Counter-Strike Go. So.
How do you feel about the scene right now and where it's headed? I mean, there has been a few patches. Valve seems to want to be getting involved into Counter-Strike Go. There was the ARMS deal, and there was the patch with spectator things. I don't know what it's called.
Yep, they just updated the spectator UI, which is great because games like League of Legends and StarCraft and Dota, they're really great for spectators. Counter-Strike, it's a little harder to do that. So they're slowly updating the UI and making it more friendly for spectators. I'm really excited about the scene now that they announced the $250,000 DreamHack tournament. I mean, I haven't seen that amount of money in Counter-Strike. I don't think ever. You know, they had Championship Gaming Series. Counter-Strike Source had a $1 million prize pot, but it wasn't just for Source, it was for other games. So this is the biggest prize pot I can remember for Counter-Strike. So it's really excited. I'm really excited to watch that land and see where it goes from there. Hopefully more lands follow with big prize pots.
Do you think NiP's gonna win that one?
They're the favorite, I think, but they lost last weekend to Very Games at a big tournament in Cologne, I believe. Very Games is looking really good. They've always kind of been second to NiP for over a year now, and they're starting to push the envelope and topple over NiP. So it's exciting to see a new team take the reins. I really do like NiP, but it's fun to root against them now because I want to see some other people win.
What about this weekend? Your calls for the female and the general tournament for Counter-Strike?
For the female tournament, I think it's going to be UBnited and Alternate in the finals again. I think I'm going to go with UBnited, but I know Alternate had a really good win at Copenhagen Games a couple months ago. They've been boot camping for a while now, so I think they'll give UBnited a good run. But gosh, they're 6-time champions, so it's hard to bet against them ever. So, and for the male tournament, gosh, I'd really like to see Complexity from North America. It's going to be hard for them, I think, just because these other European teams are more practiced on LAN. They've had chance to boot camp. They've been playing against each other for over a year now, every couple weekends, compared to teams like Complexity. They're going to see these European teams once or twice a year at most. So it's going to be hard for them. I think they'll easily advance from their group, maybe top 4. I think top 4 would still be a very good finish, considering how the other teams just have so much more practice on LAN. So.
Well, I guess that will be it. Do you have any shout-outs you'd like to do?
Gosh, a shout-out. Shout-out to my ESCA news staff, so thank you for helping me at home this weekend. Shout out to my boyfriend Sal Volcano. As people know him, he's always been such a great supporter. Anytime I go to LANs, whether it's playing or doing coverage. And last thing is that everyone should support his map D-Train VE. I think it's a fantastic rendition of Train, and I think it's very good for the competitive community.
Well, thank you very much for for this interview, and I hope you have a great time this weekend and a lot of good interviews.
Thank you very much.
This is Liv in Pink for my personal YouTube, signing off.